We are back for our varsity game versus the Mason City Mohawks. Your junior stars currently sit in 8th place and the Mohawks in 7th. In goal tonight for your junior stars is number 1 Matthew Travis. 200 feet across him will be number 91 Jacob Barr. Barr is the senior netminder on this team, while Matthew Travis is a junior. Starting for your junior stars is Riker Noden, Ben Insko, Ethan Nickel, Cooper Mohat, and Henry Lancaster. Junior stars are hoping to have a more positive outcome than the one last night. Face-off won by Mason City. Tried to dump in, but picked up by Cooper Mohat. Mohat will spin around the net and move it over to his D partner Lancaster, who will chip it up the boards. Noden able to get the puck out. Chasing for it is Ben Insko. He'll battle for it along the wall with hope from Noden. Puck moves low, chased by Noden. He'll get control over in the corner, move it up to Mohat. Mohat will dump it back low. And rimmed around. Lancaster not able to keep it in the zone and got a touch on it, so no icing will be called. Lancaster leaves it for Mohat. Mohat moves it up to Insko. Insko scans the ice. Not able to connect with Nickel, but he'll pick it up. Goes for a shot. Punched into the corner is Barr. Mason City will move it back low and hit the brakes and scan the ice. They'll stop behind the net looking for options. Chips it up the wall. King will step down, moves it over to Sam Rose. Shot blocked, and Mason City gets out of the zone. Matthew Travis will give it a little touch over for Lancaster. Lancaster will do the same, setting up behind his net, looking for options. He'll rim it around for Shortman. Shortman takes a step down, tries to find the middle, not there. Now King goes for the chase. He'll go wide. Looking for a shot on net, he does. Block it in the corner. Now kicked out to Shortman. Shot. And that'll get stuck under the pad of Barr for our first whistle of the game. 15-28 left in the period. Stars led 3-0 with 5 minutes left in the third period last night, but unfortunately fell 4-3 to the Sioux City Metros. Rose not able to win the draw. Puck comes out of the zone, so the junior stars will have to tag up, and they do. Mason City will go D to D. Chip it off the wall and into neutral zone, picked up by Shortman. Shortman sends it over to Gross Road. Gross Road finds Sam Rose, not able to corral it. Mason City will kick it out of the zone and back to the Lincoln defense. Gross Road now tries to make a move, loses the puck. And we'll have an icing. Out for the junior stars is Cade Carlson, Trenton Bauman, and Taylor Dahlberg, with Trevor Broadfoot and Cooper Grossrud on defense. Faceoff will come to the glove side of tender Matthew Travis. Bauman will take the face-off for the junior stars. Not able to win it. That comes up to the D, but squirts out, so the Mohawks will have to tie up. Carlson picks it up on the wall, moves the puck into the middle, and shovels it over to Bauman. Bauman will shove it over to Dahlberg, who will lose it and have a battle on the half wall. Recovers, tries to pass to Grosser, just a bit in front, but recovered. Shot and off pair of skates, but ends up in the middle of the ice. Backhand just over the net. Puck loose in the corner, they'll chase for it. Dahlberg now fighting for it as Mason City will throw it to the other half wall. Bauman gets their first, not able to corral. Mason City will break out of the zone, getting over the red line and chipping it at 200. Gross Road will be the first one there. He'll decide to reverse it himself. Half wall not open, so he'll reverse it to his D partner, and Broadfoot will do the same. Shuffled up the half wall to Carlson. He'll lose it, and the puck will go below the goal line. Mason City will look to keep it in their zone, and they do, as Grossroad will skate it up, looking for options. Shuffling it into the middle is Bauman. Caught the Mohawks on a change. Able to get back quick enough, though. Carlson, shot on net, sticked into the corner is Barr. And he'll fight for it into the corner. Throw it into the front, no one there. Went for a change. Shot, that goes wide of the net. Mohawk will pick that up. Throws it over to the corner as Carlson will come down for it. Carlson now having a little time. He'll move it over to Lancaster. Lancaster has Peary in the middle of the ice. He'll cross the red and dump it, though. Peary on chase. Mason City handles it clearly. Puts it on the half wall, not able to be corralled. Peary now wide with it. He's got Miller and Brown with him. Throws it into the center of the ice. No one's quite there for him. Brown will move it low. Mason City now trying to work it up the wall. Taken away by Brown. Brown, a little bit of room to work with. He'll go low, looking for options. Just off Miller's stick, and we'll have a 2v2 coming the other way. Possible 2v1, but offsides would be called. Mason City got a little antsy there. Offsides will put the puck in the neutral zone. Just over 4 minutes played in this first period so far. Score is still tied at 0. Mason City will win that and flip it into the star zone, making them go 200. Picked up by Evan Clausen. He'll try to go up the wall to Nickel, throw too much sauce on it. Good hold of the line by Mason City as they'll work down. Pass it into the shot and gloved by Matthew Travis. Shots currently sit 3 for Lincoln and 2 for Mason City. This faceoff will come to the blocker side of Travis. Not able to win the faceoff. Mason City will move it to their wall, and then Insko will kick it out of the zone. Mason City, though, quick to recover. Stolen in by Insko. Tried to push up to Noden, not able to grab it. Insko will take it and dump it 200. Giving chase is Ethan Nickel. Nickel pokes the puck away into the corner. Now it's Insko, the F1. Noden puts the puck down low. Over on the half wall. They'll move it back low. Swings it back up. Stepping on that is Evan Clausen. Not able to quite get in the zone, but chipped out. Donner has time with it. Moves it over to Schwartman. Schwartman's going to chip it up for Rose. Rose is going to cut to the middle of the ice and dump it deep. Nickel is going to get pinned on the boards. And an icing will be called on the play. Face-off will be to the glove side of Jacob Barr. Paul King, Samson, Rose, and Cash Schwartman are your forwards out there for the draw. Puck is won to the wall where Samson will fight for it. King on the fight too. Puck is still loose and good to go. Muscles it down below the goal line and thrown up and out of the zone by the Mohawks. They'll throw the puck wide, where it will be corralled and chipped ahead by Sam Rose and again by Paul King. Sam Rose will pick it up from off the wall and drive into the run. Tried to backhand it, not enough on it. Paul King now has some room, throws it in front. Good pressure there by Mason City to negate the shot. Mason City, though, might have a step. They'll cut into the middle. Mohat is the one defending. That'll be sticked to the wall by Travis and sent back again as Mason City. Picked up around the wall with time is Schwartman. He'll look over his options. Try to go for the Hail Mary. Play is on sides, and Sam is the first one to it. Cash will have some time in the corner. He'll look for a screaming Dahlberg. Holding the line is Lancaster. where he'll just take this one back. The deep pairing has plenty of time as the forwards go for a change. Stretch pass up to Bauman. He'll go wide. He'll go wide and low. Got caught up in his skates there. Hit along the boards is Cade. Pass will come to Broadfoot. Grossroad will take this rush back. Guy driving front, shot, punched away into the corner. Grossroad now looking for options, finds Squatch in the middle of the ice. Bauman now. No call there, puck at his feet. Mason City will regroup behind their own net before throwing it wide, and they will rim it back around the ice for the easy breakout. Mason City now has two others with him. He'll drop it off in a shot. And I don't know if Matthew lost sight of the puck there or didn't think he was going to shoot. But either way, finds the back of the net for the first goal of the game. 8 minutes in, the Mohawks lead 1-0. Lincoln still leads in shots 5-3. But the early tally goes to the Mohawks. Peary, Brown, and Miller, along with Broadfoot and Grossroad out there after the goal. Didn't quite hear who scored the goal. I'll get that update for you later. Puck is over to Miller on the wall. He takes a big hit. Peary will chip that out and go for a chase along with Brown. But Mason City will throw it into the wall and no offsides because they brought the puck in. Mason City might have a little rush as they move the puck wide and go for a shot. Matthew Travis gets a piece of that but shoots it over the net. Mason City does a good job of keeping the puck in there. Good pressure by Brown. Now Broadfoot has the puck. He'll move it over to Grossroad. He'll chip it up from Miller. Miller looks for the center of the ice for Peary. Peary looks to kick it wide to Brown. Peary crosses the net while Brown goes wide. Shot was going wide anyway, but blocked it away. Back out to Peary. Peary's looking for it in the middle of his skates. Brown tries to spin a rim and throw it on net, but instead goes to the corner. He'll fight for it with help from Peary. Peary tries to move it up to the defense, couldn't get enough on it. And now Mason City getting it out of their zone, and Lincoln will regroup. Lancaster decides to go for a skate. He'll gain the blue, look for options, shoot it into shin pads. He'll try to bump it up to the D, but not there. Stretch pass over to Mason City. They could have an opportunity here. Good shoulder save by Travis. Fight that one off. Mohad will decide to throw it to the wall. I believe Brown there fighting for it along with Lancaster. Puck comes into the middle, and Peary will go off for a change along with Brown. New forwards come on of Insko and Riker. Mason City clean into the zone and content with just putting this puck deep. Mohad will stop behind the net, stolen away from Mason City. Good stick there by Lancaster to negate the pass into the middle. Good breaks there. Insko now tries to find it wide, picked off. And that will be eaten up by Travis as 6:50 left on the clock in the first period. Stars still down by 1. Insko on the draw. He'll lose it up to the Mason City defense. Shot gets through, but sticked away and into the corner by Travis. Picked up by Insko. He'll go D to Grossroad. Little punch over to Riker, and Riker will find Insko back front. He'll go wide. Nickel. Shot. And a score by Ben Insko. Kind of a fluky play, but finds the back of the net anyway. It's a good job throwing that puck wide and getting it back to the middle in a quick release. Gets the Stars back 1-1. Brady Bieber was your goal scorer for Mason City with an assist from Avery Byer. Ben Insko will be your goal scorer for Lincoln with an assist from Ethan Nickel. Puck will bounce around into the center before regaining control in their own zone by Mason City. They'll do a stretch pass, not able to connect. Donner skates around, passes it up to Schwartman. Schwartman bounces off the stick of Sam Rose over to the Mason City defense. Kept in the zone, and they're going to get Paul King for roughing, boarding. You never know. Barr heads to the bench for the extra attacker, and it'll be 6-on-5 for the Mohawks. They're content with taking their time here. No extra rush to get down the ice. Plenty of time left in the game and period. Paul King will touch up and head to the box. They're going to give him roughing. So the first penalty of the afternoon goes to Lincoln. With 5:39, they'll have to kill. They send Peary, Miller, Mohat, and Lancaster as their first killers. Peary will look to win this one back, have Lancaster pick it up and fire it down the ice to kill the first set of time off. We're just waiting on the clock to put this up here. Peary loses the draw up to Mason City defense. They'll walk to the middle before kicking it wide. Back up to middle. This goes wide. Mohat backhands it out of the zone but didn't get all the way down. And that should be center ice face-off. Tried to pass it across. Mason City kid fell down and ramped it in to the junior star bench. Same killers still out there. It's been 17 seconds. They're still fresh. Peary will hope to win this back to Lancaster and kill even more time. Wins it to Mohat. Mohat will skate back and send it 200. Lincoln will set up in their system. Mason City brings it up the middle. Off of Peary's stick. Over to Mohat. Mohat will flip it out. Caught by Peary. And he will put it back down. Giving chase is Miller. Lincoln will set up in their box neutral zone. Off the Mason City player's skate, so no icing. Mohat will be the first one there. He'll turn and shoot it down the ice, but kept in at the line by Mason City. Off a body and sent into the corner. Mason City will regroup and have it at the top of their offensive zone. Walks down to the top of the circle. Shot. And I believe Travis got a piece of that with his glove. Sent it into the netting. So with 53 seconds left on the penalty kill and 4:32 left in the period, Lincoln will have a face-off to the blocker side of Travis. Noden, Insko, Gross Road, and Broadfoot out there to kill the remainder of this penalty. Not able to win it. Puck comes up to the top of the zone. Battling in front. Gross Road falls down. Sends it across the center line. Shot. Closer to the benches than it was to the net. Mason City does a little cut. Chips it up forward. Gross Road will easily take that and throw it down the ice. No high sticking on the play. 4 minutes left to go and 20 left in the penalty kill. Mason City's content with just letting this clock run out. They'll bring it up the ice now, crossing the blue line, red line before kicking it wide. Pass goes into the skates though and has to regroup. They'll now get the red line. Tries to send it around but takes a funny hop off the boards. 2 seconds left to go in the power play. Grosser now loses it in the corner. And the Junior Stars have killed off the first penalty of this game. Broadfoot now looks for options, decides to go off the glass. Insko will take the body while Noken takes the puck. He'll go wide, goes for a shot, blocked, and dribbles into the pads of Barr for the cover. 3:23 left in this first period. We've seen back and forth action on both sides of the ice. Junior Stars still lead in shots, beating Mason City 8-5. Believe Bauman out there to take the draw now. Loses it into the corner, but giving chase. Mason City wraps it around. Line is held by Mohat, down to the half wall by Cade. Cade is crunched on the wall, and Mason City will take it. Throws it into the middle, intercepted by Dahlberg. Offsides is called on the play, so Mason City, or Junior Stars will have to tag up while Mason City moves it up the ice. They'll pass it to the wide side. Got a stick on by Carlson, and he'll send it 200 while Bauman gives chase. Barr loses the puck. Not the pass you want to see there from Bauman. Clear scoring opportunity could have been there for Lincoln. 2:45 left in the period. Lancaster's going to get the red and dump it in on Barr. Into the glove, and he's content with holding it for a face-off with 2:42 left in the first period. Bauman out there to take the face-off again to the blocker side of Barr. That puck squirts out to Carlson, not able to get full wood on it. Mohat will grab it at the red and throw it in deep. Junior Stars are still offside, so they'll have to tag up while Mason City starts their breakout. Mason City will cross the red line and continue to the outside of the hash marks and into the corner of Lincoln zone. They'll move it up to their defense and shoot high of the net. That will horseshoe out, and Lincoln will have a chance to come back. Dahlberg not quick enough to get back on side, so Lincoln will have to tag up once more. Dahlberg giving chase as Mason City walks their way into their zone. Shot goes wide of the net and kept in by Mason City. Bauman sat down for the moment while Cade brings it out. Tries to dangle through three players, unsuccessful. Mason City recovers with 1:40 left in the first period. Dahlberg leaves it off for Peary. Peary is going to make a move and stop at the half wall. Moves up to the top. Slap shot by Insko. Good save and sent into the corner by Barr. Mason City will go D to D and chip it up to the half wall. Lancaster not able to make it. And with him touching it, there will be no ice on the play with 1:10 left in the first. Throws it to the weak side, no one there. Peary tries to get a stick on it. Does. He'll carry it to the red line before dumping it deep. Not able to get there, so he'll get it back. Cuts in the middle, not an option. Lancaster throws it to the wall, and Brown will send that in deep for Barr to go back and stop. Looks over his options. He'll just set it there for his defenseman. They'll ring it up the wall. Mason City will throw it into the middle. 2-on-2. Shot. Off the stick of Travis and into the corner off his shaft. 30 seconds left, set into front, but intercepted by Peary. Junior Stars could use one going into the period, but he will just dump and go for a change. You like to see Lincoln maybe try to create an opportunity off that 3-on-2, but dumping it in and having an offensive zone draw is not the worst option there. 25 seconds left in the first period. Insko out to take the draw. Lancaster and Mohat on defense, hoping to win this back and get a layered tip. Puck stayed at the feet and taken away by Mason City. He'll chip to the outside of Lancaster, but does a good job to get a stick on it. Noden will bump it up for Insko, and Insko will send it in with 15 seconds left in the period. Retrieved and Ayton on the wall, but taken away is Mason City, and now they might have a possible 2-on-1. They'll go for the shot, and that is high and wide. 3 seconds now left in the period. And at the end of the first period, your Junior Stars are tied with the Mason City Mohawks at 1. Shots at the end of the first period are 10 for your Junior Stars and 6 for the Mohawks. We'll be back after this intermission for the second period of play. And as we continue into the second period, your Junior Stars lead the Mason City Mohawks in shots 10-6. Although we're all tied at 1 as we begin the second period. Goal scorers so far, number 25 for Mason City, Brady Bieber, with an assist from Avery Byer. And your Junior Stars had Ben Insco put them on the scoreboard with an assist from Ethan Nickel. Lincoln has killed 1 penalty so far, and the Mohawks have yet to make an offense. The Junior Stars will have Lancaster along with Mohart at defense, and Insco, Nickel, and Riker Noden up front. Matthew Travis remains in net for the Junior Stars. Face-off one back to Lancaster as he'll wheel it up and try to pass to Riker Noden. Didn't go through. Mason City will gain the red line and dump it deep. Lancaster to give chase. He'll do a very intentional fake pass over to Nickel and then carry the puck up himself. Mason City got a stick on it before they enter the zone. Good stick by Mohat to negate the pass. Puck will go into the netting, and we'll have a face-off to the blocker side of Matthew Travis. Second period starters remain on the ice as we are 26 seconds into the second period. Face-off won by Ben Insco into the corner. Henry Lancaster will be too strong, rimming that puck around, and we will have another icing. This time to the glove side of junior netminder Matthew Travis. We now substitute Trevor Broadfoot and Cooper Grossroad on defense. Grossroad will rim the puck around. This time kept in by Mason City as they continue to fight for it. Puck pops out into the middle. Mason City will recover. Off the shin pads of Cooper Mohat and offsides. Mohat will now take it up, tries to get through the middle. Puck taken away. Chipped up. Now Mason City might have a mini 2-on-1, but they decide to fire it in over the head of Travis. Insco picks it up on the half wall. He'll throw it into the middle for Ethan Nickel. Possible breakaway there. He'll dump the puck in, and Broadfoot will recover behind the net and touch back to Broadfoot. Over to the wall is Nickel. No one quite there, so intercepted by Mason City. Grossroad steps up in the play, not able to get a stick on it. So Broadfoot will have it again. Fans on the pass. Drop pass was not successful for Mason City though, so the Stars will regain control. Riker Noden does a little slip pass over to Insco. Insco tries to give it back to Riker. Doesn't quite connect, so it ends up in the corner. Mason City will throw it up the wall and go for another chip, but it remains in the neutral zone and recollected by Mohat. Mohat will go up to Nickel. He'll do a little chip pass over to Schwartman. Schwartman from the dot. Get about 50% on it as he did hit the stick of the Mason City defenseman and ends up in the gear of Jacob Barr. Just under 2 minutes into this period, a couple of grade A scoring chances, and a face-off to the glove side of Barr. We'll have Rose, Schwartman, King, as well as Lancaster and Mohat out there. Face-off goes to the wall and carried out of the zone and shot wide. Good stick to knock that down by Lancaster. Schwartman will attempt to dump that puck in 200. Giving chase is Paul King along with Schwartman. Lancaster decides just to take this one back. Does a little slip pass. Good shot to knock that down and sticked into the corner by Matthew Travis. Lancaster now has time behind his net. He'll try to go up to King, not successful. Mohat will cycle in now. Sheds a hit. And puck's back to Lancaster. He'll fight for it as King watches on. King throws it into the center for Schwartman. Puck bounced over his stick. Rose now. Puck stick to the corner. Not able to connect on that centering pass. So Mason City will head back north. Waits in the corner, waits for help. Now moves up the wall. Goes right, back right in the slot. Shot! Blocked by Henry Lancaster, and that one hurt. He'll go for the puck again. Tries to cycle it low. LJS needs to get past the red line for Lancaster to get a change. Obviously battling through some pain right now. Puck moves up, but Mason City recollects. Lancaster goes for the puck again, still hobbling. He'll try to go off the glass, but stays on the ice and works anyway. Lancaster now getting his change. Meanwhile, Sam Rose will dump that puck in for Cade Carlson to go retrieve. Carlson will go around the net, sends back up to the point. Donner not able to hold the line. Throws it back in, and now Mason City rush 4-on-2, and they decide to dump it in. Mason City will win the puck to the battle. Evan Clausen will come in for an assist. Donner tries to center it. Dahlberg wasn't looking. Goes to the Mason City defense and blocked by Donner. Now Carlson going wide with Bauman and Squatch with him. Puck leaks out to the Mason City defense, and they'll go through the middle. Not able to connect, so Evan Clausen will gain the red and send it 200. Dahlberg first on the puck. Will push it low for Carlson. Not able to get there, so Bauman picks it up. He'll go to the weak side D. Evan Clausen walks down, shot. And Jacob Barr will handle the rebound. Good job by Dahlberg there to eyes up and see an open defenseman. Hoping Clausen can get a little bit more mustard on that or create some layers for a screen. Shot it right into his chest, an easy save from Barr there. Brown, Peary, and Miller out there with Mohat and Lancaster. Already back out there after taking a puck off the shin, ankle area. Puck stays right where it was dropped, and the shot got off, save from Barr. Mason City will throw it up the middle, off the wall, and 200 sent in by Cooper Peary, wearing the number 29 of AJ Hoyle. Puck gets back below the goal line. Mason City will just throw it. Kept in by Mohat, who will get a shot. Not able to get tipped by Leo Miller, so the puck squirts back up to the half ball and sent back down by Mason City. They'll rim the puck around. Mohat elects not to step up and keep it in the zone. Instead, he'll wheel it in himself. Nearly lost the puck, but now he is now F1 forechecker. Puck comes back up to Mason City, misses the hip check, and Mason City will rim the puck back around. Puck stolen by Peary. Got it maybe a little tied up and looking for a change. Sends it back. Peary will get off the ice, and a new set of forwards will come up. Lancaster stretch past to Insko, has options, does a little slip pass, nearly connects with Ethan Nickel. Pass comes into the front, sticked away by the Mason City defender. Nickel looking for options, goes to Gross Road. Could have been picked off easily. Good job poking that deep to negate that. Puck comes to Brown in the corner, looking over his options, goes back low to Nickel. Nickel moves back from the net, passes it up to Brown. Brown walks in a little bit. Nearly slipped past the glove of Barr. And Mason City will come back 3-on-3. Mason City moves to the outside. Shots blocked, comes back up to the defense. That goes wide on the blocker side of Travis. Puck gets squirts up, but gets pushed back below the goal line. Now passing under 11 minutes left in the second period. Lancaster makes a fancy move to get past that before heading the pass up to Nickel. Nickel all alone in the zone while his teammates go for a change. Riker Noden coming off the bench. That gets pushed out of the zone, and Gross Road tries to push the puck and fans on it. Now we have a mini 2-on-1. Broadfoot steps up and gets the puck away before Gross Road rims it back around. Nickel on the wall, looking to push it into the middle, but intercepted. Now Nickel gets the puck back again. He's going to skate this through the neutral zone, getting over the red line. Has sticked in there. Insko chasing forward on the half wall, lifts a stick, good steal. He'll put the puck low and have Noden go to work. He just gets past him. Noden will recollect again on the half wall, battling for it. And Insko will go in to help. Up to the defense, slap shot. Looked almost off the toe bridge of Barr and popped out into the middle, and out of the zone. Insko will put it, not Insko, Nickel will put it deep and get fresh bodies. No touch there, so we will have a face-off to the glove side of Barr. Lincoln will change their D, and Mason City will get fresh bodies all around. Still 1-1 in this tight hockey game. Lincoln leads the shots department 6-12. Looking to continue that pressure and hopefully bury one here. 2-on-2 heading back from Mason City. They get over the blue line. Tries to do a little fancy move. It ends up in the corner. Mohawk gives chase for it. Leaves it. Still battling for it. King now. He's going to push it up to Rose. Not able to capitalize on that missed possession. Puck is now chipped into the zone and Mason City will recover. Puck flies out of the zone. Paul King is going to send it back to his defense and go in on the retack as he circles. Lincoln is good. And Lincoln will have its first power play of the day as we are just about halfway through the second period. Referee Boston calls number 29 Quentin Peterson for a cross check. And Lincoln will send its first power play unit out there, including of Taylor Dahlberg, Trenton Bauman, Cade Carlson, with Trevor Broadfoot and Cooper Grossroad on defense. Lincoln will look to capitalize and get their first lead of the game. Face-off lost and sent all the way down the ice. Matthew Travis will collect and put it behind the net for Grossroad to do as he pleases. He'll waste no time moving right up, going through center. Sends the puck out wide to Bauman. Bauman will enter the zone and chip it deep and chase it himself. Reverses it over for Dahlberg. Dahlberg fights for it. Loses the puck slightly, but Bauman picks it back up. Still battling for over the wall. Sends it up to Grossroad. Grossroad will hold it. Send it back down to Bauman on the wall. Bauman couldn't quite get it into the middle. Does now, but it's covered up by Barr. A little over a quarter of this power play is through. 1:24 left on the power play and 8:20 left in this period. Just over the halfway point of regulation. Lincoln decides to keep the same power play unit out there, so Bauman will take the draw. Face off one to the wall. Squatch gets tied up. Up to Grossroad. Grossroad will walk in before shooting. Pad saved by Barr. Rebound came right out to the stick of Carlson. Wasn't able to bury. Comes now back up to the top. And a goal. Shot by Trevor Broadfoot. And hit somewhere in the way. Lincoln will take their first lead of the game with 8:06 left. I don't know if it hit off a Mason City player. Broadfoot was first through the line, so he must have gave him the goal. So as of this game, the Stars are 100% on the power play and a killing 100%. Lincoln will straighten out the lines now, putting Lancaster and Mohawk back on defense with the same offensive core. Puck is won back to Mohart, who will go to his D partner Lancaster, who will hit a streaking bomb in the middle. Goal is scored by Trevor Broadfoot with an assist from Cade Carlson. Puck is stuck at the back of the net, and Boston will decide to blow that down. Puck should come to the blocker side of Barr. With With a little over halfway through the second period, the Stars still lead in the shot department, beating the Mohawks 15-6. Bauman will take the face-off for the Stars. Winning the race into the corner. Puck gets shot out into the front and received from Mason City. He'll get angled and taken away by Lancaster, who throws it up the wall. Fight along just inside the neutral zone before Lancaster pivots and chips it up to Bauman. Squash now will throw it across the ice and intercepted by Mason City, who will make a move and head wide. Mason City will send it up to their defense. He'll look to go D to D. Not caught cleanly. Cade is there. And a little stick glove combo from Matthew Travis to get the whistle. Despite the scoreboard, Stars are leading 2-1 with 5-on-5 action. Peary's line is now out there. Wins the draw to the wall and to Lancaster. Lancaster will slide it all the way across. And a buzzer from the scorer's table will stop play. Possible accident as they seem all good. Face-off will now come to the glove side of Matthew Travis. Taking the draw is Cooper Peary. Draws one into the center of the ice, chipped up to Leo Miller. 2-on-2 heading the other way. Leo will drive wide, crossing the red and into the blue. They'll bobble the puck at the half wall and it'll end up going down low. Leo still giving chase as its puck's now behind the net. Puck pops up over to Cooper Peary. He'll have it in the corner now. Stops and moves it up to Lancaster. Lancaster will feed it right to them and they will dump it in 200 feet as Mohat gives chase. Mohat now wins that puck and takes it off the wall. Peary will stay back for him for defense. Mohat toe drags right into the middle but gets laid down. Another roughing call on Mason City, so we'll see if the Junior Stars can keep their 100% power play. Penalty is going to be assessed to number 6 Hudson Carney, a senior this year. Junior Stars sent out their second power play. That includes Insco, Noden, Nickel, and the defensemen of Broadfoot and Gross Road. Mason City will send that puck 200 with 6:20 left in the second period and a fresh power play. Gross Road throws the puck out wide for Insco. He'll bobble it and lose it near mid-ice. Rekindled by Noden, who will enter the zone and chip it for himself. Not a hard enough chip though, so the Mohawks will throw that down the ice. No pressure with 1:20 left to go in the power play. Grosser now cuts towards the middle of the ice looking for options. He'll backhand it over for Broadfoot. Broadfoot will try to go cross ice into the skates and grabs it. Insco will dump that deep in hopes Riker will reconnect. Line kept by Grossroad, although he's got to get back. Throws it off the wall. 3-on-2 possible for Lincoln. Good stick there to mitigate the pass to the middle. 1-on-1 now for Mason City. Grossroad saved by Travis, sent right to the wall. Broadfoot sends it up to Riker. Riker, he's going to take it right through the middle and take a shot. Might have caught a piece of Barr's glove or could have been wide. Either way, puck behind the net, picked up by Riker. Pass up to Broadfoot. Broadfoot's going to go to Insco, sends it back to Broadfoot, walks down and gives it back to Insco, and back to Broadfoot again. Tries to go backdoor over to Nickel, but couldn't quite handle the puck. Now Mason City is going to go into the zone, and Insco is going to get a tripping penalty. So with 13 seconds left, we'll have 13 seconds of 4-on-4 hockey before the Mohawks get their second chance at a power play. Penalty is going to be assessed to number 86, Ben Insco. Peary, Miller, Mohat, and Lancaster out there to start the 4-on-4. Just waiting for the clock to get right, and we're good to go. Face-off lost by Peary and up to the defenseman of the Mohawks. They'll chip it down, but picked up back by Peary. Plenty of time here with 5 seconds left, trying to get a little something. Peary will miss the net, but Leo will pick up just fine. Good play, moving it out of the zone, trying to kill more time here. Lancaster, not the worst play, could have taken it in. And Lincoln will set up in their box in hopes to kill off this penalty and keep this a one-score game. Drags past Mohart, but Matthew makes the stop and sent 200 feet. Lincoln's offenseman will get a change. Out comes Carlson and Bauman in replace for Peary and Miller. Chipped into the zone, so no icing. Mohat will be the first one there. He'll turn and shoot it. Stick down and not called high. Looked a little higher than the shoulder. And leaks past Matthew Travis. That shot batted down, looked a little higher than the shoulders. Regardless, we're tied at 2 here with 3:50 to go in the second period. Shot looked like it snuck just under the glove of Travis. So with 3:50 to go, the Stars are tied at 2. Won by Mason City. They'll gain the red and dump it 200. Picked up there by Evan Clausen. He'll look over his options before chipping it off the wall. Blocked by 2-on-1. Led by Taylor Dahlberg. He'll pass it over to Bauman. Tries the backhand. Just misses the net. It'll get stuck into the back before popping out. Taylor Dahlberg is on the chase. Picked up by Bauman in the corner. Doesn't have anyone in front, so he'll go behind the net. Now picked up by Carlson. He'll lose it before getting it rimmed by a Mohawks defenseman. Donner now looking over his options. He'll hit the brakes before hitting a stretch pass over to Carlson. Not quite able to connect. Pass is broken up in the middle by Dahlberg. Picked up by Bauman. That is sticked away and out of the zone. And I think we are about to get a penalty on Taylor Dahlberg for hooking. Yes. So Lincoln so far 50% successful on the penalty kill tonight. They'll hope to improve to 67% after killing this one off with 3:01 left in the period. Taylor just giving chase on that one, and instead of moving his feet a little more, tried to reach forward and it just took him down. Gets called either way. Miller and Peary out there along with Lancaster and Mohat. Kept in by them and shot blocked by Mohat. Peary doesn't get it off the ice but gets it all the way down regardless. Lincoln will set up in their box and hope to kill this one off. Mason City will go for the rim around the boards. Jumps over the stick of the first and gets up to their defenseman. They'll go D to D. Peary sets up for the block shot. Instead, Mason City will move it down. They'll move it back up and down again and back up. Byer will move across to his D partner and he'll give it back. Now sends down to the goal line. Tries to pass across, but that's blocked and sent into the corner. Mohat giving good pressure, keeping the puck in the corner, and he'll go for a hit. Puck gets sent down below the goal line and back up to the defense. 1 minute halfway through this penalty kill. Shot and eaten up by Matthew Travis with a little help from the mask. 1:52 left in the period, 51 seconds left in the penalty kill. Lincoln will go for fresh bodies with Trevor Broadfoot, Ben Insko, Cooper Grossroad, and Riker Noden. Faceoff will come to the glove side of Matthew Travis. Francisco looking to win this puck forward and does. Although it's kept in the zone. Oh, finds a soft spot and big blocker save by Matthew Travis. Mason City found a soft spot but denied by Travis. Rim around and out was not successful by Lincoln. 30 seconds left in the power play. Puck gets up to the top of the zone again. Not able to find the soft spot this time, but leaks out. Shot and wide. Puck rings around, but not able to find the neutral zone. Shot again. Travis didn't see it, but went wide. Shot. And it covered up by Travis. Just 11 seconds left in this penalty kill. 1:12 left in the second period. We are all tied at 2. Lincoln will change its killers to Taylor Dahlberg's line mates, so when he pops out of the box. Cade Carlson, Trenton Bauman, and Mohat and Lancaster out on defense once more. Puck is won up to the Mason City defense. He'll chip it over to the wall. Chips it back over to the top. Shot. Hits some bodies in front. Sits in the slot. Trenton Bauman. He'll try to throw it out into the middle for Dahlberg. Not quite there in time. Mason City will chip it up the wall and back down to Lancaster. They'll move it up. Quick shot. Rebound pops right back out into the middle. Lincoln taking it down. Cade will enter the zone now. Little pole drag. Has a little options. And that will be gloved down by Jacob Barr. Little bit of an opportunity there for Lincoln to get up 1 heading into the third period, but could not capitalize. Samson Rose, Paul King, Cash Schwartman out there now with Mohat and Lancaster. Puck trickles to the far side corner. Mason City will try to throw it up. Heads right to Cash Schwartman. Shot ended up right in the slot. No one there to receive it. Cooper Mohat will decide just to take this rush back. Tries to surf him wide. Does a good job laying the body. 20 seconds left in the first period. Puck gets stuck behind the net. Mason City hoping to find that soft spot once more. Puck will get chipped up. Not able to get chipped out by Schwartman. Loses his stick. Throws it. Heads off the back wall and over to the weak side. 5 seconds left. And with just barely getting out of the zone, that will do it for our second period of play. So entering the second period, it was tied 1-1. Lincoln scored the first one for 2-1, but then let up a penalty, power play goal, leading us to our current score of 2-2. Lincoln still out shooting the Mohawks 18-12. After this intermission, we will come back for our last period of regulation. And we are back for the third period of this Midwest High School Hockey League contest between the Lincoln Stars and Mason City Mohawks. With a win here this afternoon, the Junior Stars could bump themselves up into 6th place in the standings. With a win for the Mason City Mohawks, they could jump into 6th as well. Currently, the Junior Stars are in 8th, and Mason City is sitting in 7th. So far, each team has scored a goal per period. Total shots are 18 for the Junior Stars and 12 for the Mohawks. Goal scorers for Lincoln include Ben Insco and Trevor Broadfoot, and Brady Bieber and Thomas Medlin for Mason City. Matthew Travis still remains in goal for the Junior Stars, along with Jacob Barr for the Mohawks. The Junior Stars will start with Ben Insco, Ethan Nickel, Riker Noden, and Trevor Broadfoot and Cooper Grossroad on the back end. 17 minutes left in the third period, and we might need more, and we're off. Face-off won by the Mohawks. They'll do a little chip to enter the zone before sending that puck wide to the weak side corner. Ice is a little sticky still. Grossroad will move that puck wide over to Riker, not able to get past the defense. That puck is dumped in. Matthew Travis will set that to the side. Broadfoot will take a stop behind the net before moving it up to Riker. That's a turnover right into the slot. And a glove save by Matthew Travis. 20 seconds into this period, the full line will change for the Junior Stars. Sam Rose, Paul King, and Cash Schwartman, along with Mohat and Lancaster. Face-off won by Rose. Mohat will pick it up and ring that around the boards. Ooh, puck stopped there for King. Schwartman will go to pick it up, backhands it over, and big save by Jacob Barr. Good passing play there by the Junior Stars. Move that puck wide and cross the ice. Puck will go into the far side corner now, still sticking onto the ice. Mason City will look to chip that out, but still battled for it into the corner. Ice is making that puck stick, so players don't know what to expect. Give it a couple minutes and we'll all be sorted out. Puck squirts out into the neutral zone where Mohawk will recover and move it over to Sam Rose. Sam Rose isn't quite able to control it fully, so Mason City will go back the other way. They've got numbers 3-on-2. They'll try to pass it, although not able to do so successfully. Lincoln will just throw it out into the neutral zone, so Mason City will have an easy regroup and chipped to make the Stars go 200 feet. Lancaster takes a hit and moves the puck over to Mohat. Mohat skates for a little bit before sending a pass all the way up to Schwartman. Schwartman's alone for a little bit, but leaves a drop pass for Bauman. Bauman shoots and scores! From the top of the circle, he beats Barr low glove, giving Lincoln the lead 3-2 with 15:26 left to go in the third period. Should be a goal from Bauman with an assist from Cash Schwartman and Cooper Mohat, I believe. Junior Stars saw similar success in the second period, going up one, but giving up a goal on the penalty kill. Hoping so to do better this period. Trenton Bauman and Cash Schwartman were the assists, excuse me. Clausen now fumbling with the puck before moving it over to Donner. Donner will try to find Carlson, but just hits off his skate, so no icing. Mason City will pick it up in their own zone. Chipping it up is denied by Carlson. Puck moves behind the net. Taylor will go down trying to fight for it. Hits off the wall and line held by Britton Donner. He'll try to shoot one on net. Puck is loose in front and covered up by Barr. Lincoln looking to build off that last shift and throw a couple more in the net to have a little bit more safer of a lead with 14:59 left to play in this long period. Bauman will take the face-off and lose it into the corner. Mason City will try to throw it up. Doesn't quite get there. Possible 2-on-1 if Broadfoot can't get back in time. Mason City will move wide and just off the glove of Travis a couple times today. Cade will chip and go, getting past. No icing called on the play. Cade will stop in the corner and battling for it with the help of Bauman. Dahlberg will stay high where the puck will come to him. Up to Broadfoot. Broadfoot will go D-to-D over to Grossroad. Shot, and that kicked out right into the front. Given back to Lincoln from the Mason City defender. Up to Grossroad, where he'll shoot high. Blocker right into the corner. Up to Broadfoot. He's going to hold on to it. Just squeaks into the neutral zone, so Lincoln will have to touch up. Cade might have got a stick high there. Good thing they wear cages. Puck goes over to Grossroad. Grossroad's going to get the red line and dump it deep. 200, while Carlson goes off for a change in replace of Leo Miller. Mason City throws the puck to the weak side where it finds one of its players. He's going to gain the red line. Try to find number 2 in the middle of the ice, but not successful. Grossroad will go behind the net and move it to Donner. Donner will try to find Cooper Peary in the middle of the ice, not able to. Mason City touches up and gets into the zone cleanly. Cooper Peary now chips it out into the middle of the ice, chased down by Leo Miller, tries to get a stick on it, hits him. Mason City will just throw it to the weak side of the ice now, trying to get a clean zone entry. Cooper Peary now moves it down the ice. He's got Leo Miller with him, but can't hold on to the puck. Now it's 3-on-2, back down for Mason City. They try to walk through. Puck squirts loose. Might still be loose down in front. Yeah, puck squirts loose down, and now covered by Matthew Travis. Just a turnover that can't happen there in the neutral zone. Led to a decent scoring chance backdoor. Puck rolling or something, didn't get full wood on it, couldn't get a clean shot. We have Insco taking the draw to the blocker side of Travis, not able to win it, goes up to the Mason City defense. He'll shoot, tipped halfway through and blockered down by Matthew Travis. Good job keeping eyes on it. Not able to hit Riker on the weak side. Mason City brings it back into the zone, so no need to tag up. Riker chips it along for Insco. Mason City player kicks it forward to himself. They got a 2-on-2 coming back. Mason City moves it out wide. Drives in. That shot goes wide. And Insco will look to poke it out. Does. No icing called as he got past the red line. Mason City will hold behind the net while the Junior Stars get fresh legs. Riker Noden goes off for Cash Schwartman and Ethan Nickel giving chase with help from Ben Insco. Pass comes up, finds a Mason City player. He'll dish it off to his teammate. Teammate's going to go wide. Shot into shin pads. Good block by Lancaster. Lancaster is going to wheel this up while forwards go for a change. Paul King now comes onto the ice. Kept in by Cash Schwartman. He'll spin. Picked up by Paul King. Leaves the puck. Finds Insco, and he'll just dump it in as he goes for a change. It's a good job retaining possession by the Junior Stars as they get players off. But Mason City now comes up. Stars do have numbers. Lancaster forces him wide with a little dump in. Ooh, could have been dangerous there. Took a kick off the boards. Matthew wasn't ready for it. Puck comes around the back side of it. Tripped up but not able to get out. Cash Schwartman still fighting for it on the boards. Won by Mason City. They'll walk into the middle. He's on his backhand up to the D, and they'll shoot it back down. Evan Clausen goes for a chase now. Tries to work it back up to the boards. Paul King is there. Dishes it off for Sam Rose, and stepped up by the Mason City defender. He's got one to beat. He's got a little room now, and he's going to get called for a hook. So the Junior Stars, 2 for 3, successful on the penalty kill. Will have to kill one more to just keep their 1-goal advantage. A lot of time left in the third period, 11-12 left to play. 2 of that will be on the penalty kill. Evan Clausen, number 44, gets called for the hooking. Lincoln sends out its main penalty killers in Cooper Peary, Leo Miller, as well as Lancaster and Mohat on defense. And things are going to get evened up here as Mason City commits a tripping penalty on Trevor Broadfoot. So for a minute 44, we'll play 4-on-4 hockey. A little extra room for everybody out there. It's number 6, Kearney, that is taking the penalty for Mason City. Only 6 minutes into this third period action. Stars lead by 1 after scoring an early goal. Puck goes to the wall. Leo Miller tries to grab it. Goes between the feet of Cooper Peary, and he'll try to angle him down. Good stick by Peary. He'll get the puck and work it over to his defense, Cooper Mohat. Mohat will move it back over to Broadfoot. Broadfoot tries to get the long pass, and icing is going to be called. We'll have a face-off to, I believe, the glove side of Matthew Travis. Just 20 seconds into this 4-on-4. Lincoln's going to keep their defensive Mohat and Broadfoot, but switch out their forwards for Ben Insko and Riker Noden. Insko not able to win the face-off. It'll come up to the defense. They'll pass it down to the half wall. Moves it back up and over. Go for a one-timer. And seen clearly by Matthew Travis. Another 10 seconds there, killed. Broadfoot will get a change for Lancaster now. Got their pairings back together. That puck no good anymore. I guess they expire. With fresh rubber, we got 1:18 left on this 4-on-4 action. 10:30 left in regulation. Face-off won by the Mohawks. No one there on defense to keep the puck in, though. Riker Noden got a stick on it, but Mason City still gets it out of their zone. Insko will work the puck back. Insko finds open ice, collects the pass from Mohat. Not able to fully corral it, though. Now it's Riker. Moves the puck back to Mohat. Mohat puts it over to his D partner, who finds the middle in Riker Noden. Puck jumping, though, and jumps over the line a little later than Riker Noden, so offsides is called. Sent into the zone by Henry Lancaster, and off the stick of Barr, they will rim it around the boards and throw it into the middle. No one there, though. No icing. They do call icing. Little lackluster. We're heavy with whistles in this third period. We still have 36 seconds left of 4-on-4 action before the Stars will get a 12-second power play. And the officials disagree on whether it should be an icing or not, so face-off will take place in center ice. Broadfoot is going to move it over to Grossroad. Grossroad is going to get past the red line, try to get into the blue. Does. And offside is called. Puck just squeaked out there. Clausen is out of the penalty box in 27 seconds. The Mason City player will follow shortly behind after 12 additional. Riker Noden giving chase as Mason City goes D to D. They'll bump it up to the wall and look to keep attacking, but picked off in the middle. Riker gives a nice pass to Insko. Insko will drive wide, but gets stick. They'll go D to D, Mason City. Hits it to the wall and picked up and thrown in by Mason City. 5-on-4 power play for the Stars. Grossroad temporarily loses the puck, but picked up by a well-rested Evan Clausen. We are now back to 5-on-5 hockey with 9 minutes left in the third. Stars still leading by 1. Taylor Dahlberg gives chase with his line mates Cade Carlson and Trenton Bauman with Grossroad and Broadfoot on D. Mason City content with holding this puck behind their own net as we are just about halfway through this third period. Bauman gets a good step, keeps that puck there, but picked up again by Mason City. Easily enters the zone. They'll go wide with it. Shot high, hits the outside of the net. Grossroad eats that hit and moves it up. Mason City will go D to D. Tipped out of the air and collected by Trevor Broadfoot. Moves into the center. Cade trying to get a clean entry. Can't find one. Doesn't know where the puck is. Bauman has it. Now it's Dahlberg. He gets it sticked away. And they move it wide. Lincoln is good with numbers. And an opportunity here. 2-on-2. Nice move by Henry Lancaster as he moves in. But a better stick by the Mason City defender and lifts it. Mohat's got plenty of time. He'll take a look over his options. Maybe didn't make the best one, though, as it is intercepted. Bauman picks it up. Tries to get the pass to Cade. Isn't quite able to handle it. Mason City trying to get into that center zone for their best shooting opportunity. Dahlberg does have one-on-one, but Cade is streaking to the net. He is going to shoot. Not able to hit the net. Lancaster is going to crowd that. Go for a second shot. That one's wide. Mohat hurries over, keeps the puck in, and sends it deep. Cade and Dahlberg are down there to fight for it. Now Bauman's there too. Dog pile down there. Cooper Peary is now out there in place of Bauman. Mohat's just going to take this one back, not going to risk it. Puck gets deep. Puck gets deep. Mason City has it over on the wall. Gets a good hit by Cooper Mohat. He's going to chip it over to Cade. Peary looking to get this puck back. Brown now has it. And he's going to send it in deep. No icing called. Got past the red. Peary's the first one on it. Puck gets low. Off of a Mason City player, but still recovers. They're going to send it down now. No delayed icing. So we'll have a face-off to the blocker side of bar. 6:25 left. Lincoln with the lead. Peary line out there right now with Brown, Miller, and Peary. On defense, we have Evan Clausen and Brenton Donner. Looking for a little late game magic to increase their lead. Peary's going to try and win this one back. Wasn't quite ready for the draw. Peary holds it on the wall, loses it, chasing it down. Brenton Donner loses the battle, throws it into the middle. Good stick down. In the feet of Brown. Brown, no one there to help him, just throws it in. And we'll have an offensive zone draw. Peary got a little shove there at the end, but he's not much of a fighter. Insco line back out there with Noden and Ethan Nickel. Donner and Evan Clausen still on defense. Puck is one into the corner, and they will rim that around the boards. Mason City has a guy there. Good play by Brenton Donner to break up that opportunity. Riker Noden eats that hit. Yard sale out there. Glove comes off of the Mason City player. No icing called here. Ethan Nickel's first one there. He goes to his backhand. Still giving chase is Nickel. Works it back. Now bumps it up, gets the red line, and he's just gonna dump it in, cross corner. Evan now tries to chip it out, isn't able to get there. Mason City walks, shot, gets blocked, down below the net now. And we're gonna get a penalty on Mason City, interference. Puck comes in the middle, Insco. Icing called, so Stars will go on the power play. If it wasn't icing call, this faceoff should go to the Lincoln defensive zone. They decide just to move it one zone instead. So face-off will go to neutral zone. First line power play out there for Lincoln. Sam Rose, Paul King, Cass Schwartman. Wins it forward. Cass Schwartman now tries to make a move. Not effective. Sam Rose puts it too deep, and Mason City will easily put that back out into the neutral zone. 5 minutes to play now in the game. Mohat, risky move there, nearly got it picked off. Goes wide, shot, sticked away, and gloved down by Barr. 1:36 left in the penalty, 4:51 in regulation. After 24 seconds on the power play, Lincoln elects to keep the same unit out there. Face-off won by Mason City. They'll try to go off the boards and out and do so successfully. Neither of Lincoln's defensemen want to go for it. Lancaster will wheel behind the net and continue to do so. Needs to move the puck. He's got 3 guys on him, but draws a penalty instead. So for a minute 19, Lincoln will have a 5-on-3 and a good opportunity to increase their lead to 2. Lincoln will send out their second power play lines there. Bauman to take the face-off. Can't win it. Goes into the corner. Now Cade is the first one on it, and that goes low to Taylor. Taylor tries to do the wraparound. It gets in! Taylor Dahlberg caught Jacob Barr by surprise and wrapped it around to give Lincoln a 2-goal lead. Taylor Dahlberg from, I believe, Cade Carlson as an assist, and they might even throw Trenton Bauman on there for another one. Lincoln now leads the game 4-2 with 4:25 left to play and still on the power play for a minute 51 seconds. Lincoln not able to win face-offs. Mason City is going to enter the zone and take a shot. Matthew not able to grab that down. Hit off his palm. Slick pass there from Bauman, but pressured by the Mohawks. Lancaster is going to move that to the weak side to Mohart, where he will dump it in. And the puck will squirt back out to the neutral zone after an attempted icing clear from Mason City. Lancaster looking over his options. Still's got a minute 15 left on this power play. Moves over to Mohart and then to Dahlberg. Plays on sides. Dahlberg leaves it up for Lancaster. Shot. That's patted down by Barr and sent down by Mason City. 1 minute left in the power play for Lincoln. 3:30 left in the game. Benitsko has the puck stealing away. Mohat, good angle on him. Shot. Not able to be fully tracked down and sealed by Matthew Travis, but puck moves north anyway. Dahlberg can't make the move he wanted to. Cade shot off a stick and into the net. And the Mason City Mohawks will take their first and only timeout to talk things over. They got to realize the situation they're in. They're down 2, and when this penalty expires, they'll have about 2:30 left to score 2 goals. In the third period, the Lincoln Junior Stars lead in shots 8-5 and a total of 25-17 with the duration of this game. Lincoln's sitting in the driver's seat right now, but they have to be thinking about the game last night. .310 left in the third period. We are back ready to play. Insco not able to win the draw. Mason City sends the puck up the wall, and a one-on-one. Now 2-on-2 will go. Good back check by Ethan Nickel to negate the rush. Puck thrown by Trevor Broadfoot over to the Mason City defenseman. And a puck sent deep. Lincoln still on their power play for another 15 seconds. Tries to do a stretch pass, not able to get through. Nearly intercepted, and a rush almost happened the other way. Riker Noden couldn't get the drop pass, and Mason City will head the other way. Intercepted and sent deep by Noden. 5-5 for the next 2:30 and remainder of the game. Penalty called on Riker Noden, but I think they are going to get the Mason City player as a coincidental. So Mason City could have had a power play there, but instead it will remain 5-on-5. Number 43, Riker Noden, will head the box for your Junior Stars. And number 10, Thomas Medlin, heads to the box for the Mason City Mohawks. Medlin's a good guy. I played with them on Team Midwest. Good people. They give Riker Noden the hooking call. And they give Thomas Medlin the slashing call. 2:27 left in the third period. Stars lead by 2. 5-on-5 hockey will ensue. Sam Rose to take the draw with his line mates Cash Schwartman and Paul King with him. They have Cooper Mohat and Henry Lancaster out there defending the blue line. Officials just waiting for the clock to get corrected. Zambro sets up, trying to win this back to Henry Lancaster. Not able to, sends it into the corner. Good stick there by Mohat to negate that rush. Although puck pops up out into the front. Good block by Lancaster. Picked up by Paul. He's going to send that off the wall. Jacob Barr starting to creep up in his crease, trying to get pulled for the extra attacker. Mohart is going to send that all the way down and get called an icing. Jacob Barr is going to head to the bench for the extra attacker. 2:08 left in the third. Stars lead by 2. Lincoln's going to switch up their D-core, throwing in Cooper Grossroad and Trevor Broadfoot. Sam Rose is going to try to win this back to the corner for Cooper Grossroad. And he gets tied up in the middle. Throws it out, kept in by the Mason City defense. Throws it to the half wall, that jumps back out. Now Trevor Broadfoot throws it off the glass. Not able to be caught by Cass Shortman. They go D to D and up. Now goes for a drop pass and back to the defense, but that comes out of the zone. 1:50 left in the third period. Mason City goes D to D and dumps it into the zone. Grosser now looking for it. He's the first one on it. He's going to continue to bat for it. That puck goes low. Mason City has possession. Tries to bump it up the wall. Paul King now fighting for it. Up to the Mason City defense. They're going to walk the line. Coming to the middle. Shot. That shot pops back out into the middle and out of the zone by Mason City. Now Sam Rose has it in the neutral zone. Passes it up to Paul King. And with 1:15 left, Mason City will have to go the full length of the ice. Good stretch pass, but tipped into the zone. 1:05 left in the game. Thrown in front, but not able to connect. Cade Carlson now over there. Sticks it out of the zone. That puck is not there for icing. 55 seconds left. Bauman, first one on it. Nearly got a piece of it. Good stick there. Now in the middle of the ice is Taylor. No icing, just left of the net. 40 seconds. That puck squirts loose. Mason City might have a 2-on-2. He'll cut to the middle and go for a shot. That's high of the net. Bounces over to Matthews Blocker side and jumps over the stick of the Mason City player. He'll go for a shot, not able to get there. Now below the circle. Puck is found below the goal line. He'll walk, go for another shot. That's eaten by Bauman and sent all the way down, but right of the net. 13.6 seconds left in the third period. Both Riker Noden and Thomas Medlin are released from the box. Cooper Mohat and Henry Lancaster will go for a change. In replace will come in Evan Clausen and Cooper Grossroad. 13.6 seconds left. Stars up 2. Faceoff not able to be won. Moves it over. Penalty called, as that will move down. 7.8 seconds left. Penalty called on Cooper Grossroad for interference. So with 7.8 seconds left, and down to the Mason City Mohawks, will go on the power play. Shots in this game are 25-19 in favor of the Junior Stars. Bauman will try to win this to the corner for Henry Lancaster to either send down or just pin against the wall. And fresh centerman. And they're going to put time back on this clock. At least try to. And they'll have Cade Carlson in there. Cade Carlson in there to take the draw. And they want to make sure this clock is exactly right, I guess. Shots in this period are 7-8 in favor of the Junior Stars. They have led in the shot category every period. Lincoln's power play is 40%, 2 for 5, while Mason City's is only 1 for 4. Okay, so now with 8 seconds left on the clock, Cade Carlson wins that to the wall, getting eaten up by Trenton Bauman as the puck squirts loose and below the goal line. Mason City passes out to the front. And your Junior Stars will win 4-2. Total shots are 25-19. And with this win, the Junior Stars should jump ahead of Mason City, and depending on how Waterloo did, could jump even higher. Goal scorers for the Junior Stars: Trenton Bauman, Taylor Dahlberg, Ben Insco, and Trevor Broadfoot. Lincoln's got to be happy that they're able to close the game out in the third period, and we'll look forward to playing the Mohawks again tomorrow morning. Games are at 8:30 and 10:30 tomorrow. JV plays first. Hope you guys all tune in.